Lydia ignored his terrifying plea to run. She approached him and placed her warm hand directly onto his thick, fur-covered arm. The beast flinched, his body hardening under her touch, but he didn't pull away. Lydia told him, "You protected me. That's not the work of a monster." And she ended with the profound statement, "What you did, it was terrible. But I understand why you did it. And I forgive you." At the word forgive, the immense tension seemed to drain out of the beast, and the anguish in his eyes was replaced by a look of bewildered, fragile hope. The fragile hope in the beast's eyes solidified into a kind of stunned stillness. He allowed her hand to remain on his arm, a silent acceptance of her forgiveness. The raw, guttural fear that had consumed him moments before receded, replaced by a devastating weariness. Seeing his massive form slump slightly, no longer coiled for flight or fight, Lydia gently withdrew her hand. She immediately noticed the fresh cuts and gouges marring his arms. These were not the self-inflicted wounds of despair, but deep slashes sustained during the savage fight. One particularly deep scrape on his forearm was seeping blood slowly into his dark fur. Lydia knelt, pulling out the sharp hunting knife she had tucked into her belt. The action caused the beast to tense again, his yellow eyes briefly flashing with instinct, but he held his position when he saw she didn't raise the weapon. Instead, she used the point of the knife to carefully slice a long, wide strip from the hem of her own tunic, the same tunic she had been wearing when she first escaped the beast's cellar. She poured a few drops of water from her canteen onto the cloth to dampen it. "Hold still," she instructed, her voice calm and practical, the fear now entirely suppressed by her determined focus. The beast watched her every move, his massive chest rising and falling in deep, ragged breaths. When she reached out and began to clean the dirt and blood from the largest wound on his forearm, he did not protest or flinch. His immense paw, still tipped with terrifying claws, lay limp near her knee. Lydia worked slowly, carefully wiping the area clean before wrapping the piece of her tunic tightly around the wound. The silence between them was not tense, it was thick with shared trauma and newly forged trust. She felt the incredible heat radiating off his skin beneath the fur and the tense ripple of muscle as she secured the knot. When she finished, she looked up at him, her hand resting momentarily on his bandaged arm. "It will heal," she murmured. "Everything heals."